Hi, I'm Peyton Reed, director of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and welcome to Ant-Man and the Wasp Facebook Live. This is a new series that will be appearing daily. We're going to be coming into your living rooms every single day. That means all of you are going to be involved every single day in these people's lives. Thank you again for joining us. None of what I said is true. That's all lies. I'm sorry. We have some questions here, some Ant-Man and the Wasp questions that have been sent in. I have them written on cards here, and I'm going to say, of course, who sent the question in, and there's some specific questions for our lovely actors here, and let's just go from there. Question from Alessio P., and this is for Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
This question is, what is it like to bring a new character into the MCU?
It's an honor. It's an absolute honor. The Marvel Universe is huge with incredible characters. So it was daunting. It was daunting at first, but it was so exciting because the family welcomed me with open arms. And yeah, it was an honor. It was a treat.
Who here in particular was the most daunting?
If only we had a charismatic director, it'd be so nice.
Okay. Let's see. This is a question from Lucas S. This question is for Lawrence. Yes. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I have a question. What about this movie made you the most excited to be a part of it?
Working with you. One, because when we met, we got on really, really well and discovered that we both love the Marvel Universe and the characters, and that we were kind of geeks at the same time.
I learned you
as
were
kids.
A comic book nerd, which I didn't
Yeah,
suspect that.
yeah. So that was one, and then two, everybody here. I mean, to work with Michael, to work with Evangeline, Paul, Hannah. I mean, Michael Pena. Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, when you told me that. You remember that moment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I almost totally blew it. Like, I almost, just all over myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so.
We all responded that.
Right? Yeah, so that, I mean, it was everything. It was everything.
We all.
All right, next question. This is from Abel Y. It's a question for Paul Rudd.
Yes. Peyton.
How much action can we expect from the ants?
So much action from the ants. There are more ants doing crazier things, so expect a lot. Take it, Michael.
Well, I'm just was thinking about Larry down there talking about great acting, and he's a wonderful actor. But when you see him fighting off the giant ants, and I was there in front, and I was watching him, and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
It was nothing there.
Yeah.
And those are the things you take for granted, and you see it go together, man. You get an Academy Award just for fighting off those ants.
Thanks, man.
I said,
Thanks.
It is a
and that
weird
was
thing.
serious ant. That was
It is
serious
weird.
ant action.
Yes, and action. Yes.
It's a weird thing to sort of witness in real life because you're like, well, this is ridiculous. This is, how's this? And then to have to direct someone, okay, to their ant, and I think I was getting down on the floor and doing little things and stuff.
And Lawrence like this, like that, and I thought, I don't know, Larry, good luck. I said, maybe, and he was absolutely right. And you knew, man. I did. I said, that's
cool.
So
that's just a
over
taste.
the top to me, man.
That's just a little taste of the ant action that you have in store for you.
Hot ant action.
Question for Evangeline. Evangeline, are you ready?
I'm never ready.
This is a question from Orkin O. Janet Van Dyne is one of the most iconic Marvel characters and has been around for decades. How does it feel to have Hope Van Dyne handle the mantle of Wasp and honor decades worth of history for Janet?
No pressure. No pressure. It was very daunting and a little bit terrifying to take on the mantle of the Wasp. The first film, it felt like, well, I'm just a new character. I'm Hope, and that's different. But now to take on my mother's mantle, it's exciting because I get to honor the comic books, but also I get to modernize the comic books and bring a new slant to it and have her be, a modern woman and differentiate from the original Wasp, which was a unique challenge and one that we took very seriously together. And I hope when you see the movie, you'll love it.
I got to throw in one little.
What?
In the finale of the first Ant-Man, the little bit afterwards,
Yes.
Hank Pym shows his daughter Hope the suit
Yes.
of Janet. And Hope, played by Evangeline Lilly, looks at that suit and her eyes glisten. And I was looking as the actor at Evangeline, and Evangeline was doing such a great job, and I knew she was thinking, I'm going to be a superhero. I'm going to be a superhero. Inside, she's going, I can't wait to put that puppy on.
Yeah, I remember. All right, next question. This is from Richard A., and this is for Michael. Oh, boy. Were you able to improvise on the script? If so, how much?
No. I'm so glad, Richard, you asked that. Okay. So, somebody's got to carry the plot line, right? And I think the only reason that I was cast in this part is I did graduate with a quantum mechanics degree. So I have a deep, deep knowledge of all of the operations that were going on here. Saying that, if our director here, Mr. Reed, thought that I got an if, and, or but wrong, he would be sure to articulate it. Meanwhile, Mr. Rudd down here can improvise his ass off. He can do anything he wants to. He's funny, I admit that.
In improvisation.
I went to Improv U.
May the truth be told.
So that's the way the ball bounces. Some people are funny, some aren't. I take it for Paul. He added, with the help of Peyton advising him, a great hook on so many of the scenes. But somebody's got to tell some of the facts of what's going on here in the story.
I made Michael 2 promises going into this movie. I think, hopefully, I made through another one. No, the one was that Hank Pym was going to see more action in this movie. I think, yeah.
You put a suit on?
Yeah. You got a suit on. And then that you'd get some more jokes in this movie. You got some jokes in this movie. You get some laughs in the screening. Yeah, just wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah. So let's see. Next question. Oh, this is for all. This is a question from Maria R. If you could be any other insect or bug other than the ones in this movie, what would you be? Mr. Fishburne, let's start with you.
I'd be a tarantula.
Oh, all right.
You want to be fuzzy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
and
it.
female.
I like it. And inspire
Female
fear.
tarantula.
Hannah.
I would be. It's a cross between. I don't know. I can't decide between a butterfly or a worm because, like, I like Earthworm Jim. He's got a really cool suit on.
Nice.
Butterfly. I'll go with butterfly.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a brown recluse.
Oh. Well, that's
Another
weird,
spider.
man. Why?
Another spider.
Really scary.
Well, that's why.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right. Evangeline.
I would like to be a caterpillar because then eventually one day I could turn into Hannah.
Well.
I would like to be a praying mantis, and I would also like a couple of 100,000 more followers on my Facebook page while we're out here.
Rally around. Rally. Let's get those numbers up, everybody. Log in now. Log in now.
You're praying for?
Oh, good.
Praying mantis.
This is a question from Eric F. It's a question for Hannah. How much did you know about your character before getting the role?
I didn't know a lot. I didn't know a lot about the character. I knew that the character was in Thunderbolt and with Iron Man and was a he. So that was really fun to take him off the page and give her life. That was a real buzz. And because originally in the comics there wasn't actually a lot to go on, so
yes.
I had a lot of freedom. I felt like we had a lot of freedom to really kind of create this character and see where we go with it.
Excellent. Here's a question from Victoria S. This is for Lawrence. What makes your character so unique in the MCU?
He's smarter than Hank Pym.
Easy. Yep. Okay. Good. Yep. I like it.
I like
That was one of the big appeals for me. I was a fan in the comics as a kid of Bill Foster, and I liked the idea of creating this dynamic between Pym and Foster. Each guy thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. Two alpha males, and I love that stuff in the movie. That's exciting to me. And if you go see Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters, July 6th, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Next one. This is from Saif H. This is for me. Will we see more of the? What? You want to read it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do this
You
the
should
right
read
way.
your own question.
Thank you, Evangeline.
Will we see more of the quantum realm, Peyton Reed?
Well, that's a great question.
Thanks, Iris.
We will see more of the quantum realm in Ant-Man and the Wasp than we saw in the first Ant-Man. In the first Ant-Man, we teased the quantum realm, and the important thing to remember is that Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd, went into the quantum realm and made it out successfully. And what that did was that created the possibility in the minds of these two super scientists that maybe Hank's wife, Hope's mother, might still be alive down there after 30 years. So they start this whole journey to create a quantum tunnel and try and figure out if they might be able to rescue her. They don't necessarily want to work with Scott Lang because they're estranged at the beginning of this movie, but Scott has some information that might be necessary to their mission. So yes, we will see more quantum realm in this movie.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Why didn't they just do the voiceover for the
Copyright
next one?
2018, Peyton Reed. Okay, this is a question from Cat B for Evangeline. What would be your character's favorite song to get them motivated? In other words, if Hope Van Dyne had a favorite song that would motivate her in any aspect of her life, what would that song be? And would you please sing it in full for us here? No.
I'm gonna go with my favorite go-to karaoke song.
Oh, no.
I'll Tell You What I Want by the Spice Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna break down the middle because I've got a cold, so I can't really sing.
Yeah.
So here's the story from A to Z. You wanna get with me? You gotta listen carefully. We got M in the place and likes it on your face. We got G like MC and likes it on the easy beat. Doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. But I had to skip the part where they echo each other because I'm only one person.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Didn't you do a Spice Girls thing once?
I did.
What
I
was your
did
Spice Girls
indeed.
thing you did?
It was written by Jennifer Saunders. It was literally Viva Forever. It was amazing. I got to meet the Spice Girls.
Wow.
I freaked out. I got to meet the Spice Girls. I grew up
I
on
think
the
we should
Spice
all
Girls.
say which Spice Girl we are.
Michael, which Spice Girl?
Yeah. I think Facebook people want to know, Michael, which Spice
Yeah, I
Girl?
think they do.
Sporty Spice?
Isn't there one Victoria? Is she the one married?
Posh.
married-
Yeah, you're
Posh?
Yeah, you're Posh. Oh, yeah.
Posh Spice.
No question, you are Posh Spice. You are Posh Spice. No doubt about it. Let's see. Here we go. There's a question from Ben L. This is from Michael. Will Hank Pym ever get to suit up again?
Oh, God, I hope so. I really hope so. I don't know. You know, I'm just thinking now, but, if you can get small, and you can get big, and you can get young,
Yeah.
I'm for having a prelude. Sorry, Paul. But I think it's time to go back to Hank Pym.
Oh, yeah, an original Hank Pym
put on the
Ant-Man
set and
adventure.
everything else, or we have a choose off. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Because you weren't exactly my ideal choice. You do remember, you were not.
I'm nobody's ideal choice.
I'll say this. I know Michael Douglas a little bit. If there's one thing he loves, it's putting on a suit, a superhero suit. Loves it.
Boy,
Loves the feel of it.
They're the heroes. I tell you, I love how you do it.
Okay, here we go. This is from Nicholas G. This is a question for Paul. What would you consider to be the most fun to film? Scenes where you are small, scenes where you're normal sized, or scenes where you're big?
Great question. Probably the ones where I'm really, really small, because I don't have to be there. So I don't have to be there, but I'm still in the scene. It's kind of an actor's dream.
So the scenes where you don't actually have to show up to work
That's right.
are your favorite.
Yeah. Okay. You guys will put me in there, right?
Oh yeah. And so it was interesting at the beginning of this. You said, I want a lot of scenes where I'm small in this one.
Yeah.
You wanted more scenes where you were
the
small.
entire film.
Yeah, which we couldn't do for obvious reasons, but no, that makes sense now.
It really depends on the scene. It depends on. I mean, there's no real answer to that question.
All right.
Except the first one that I gave.
Well, as long as he gets the last line.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Let's get the punchline.
Gets
Yeah.
the punchline.
You just get the punchline.
Let's do a little bon mot to see us out, then we're all good.
This is a question from Cat B. Oh, this is a question to me. Michael, would you do the honors of reading this?
What do you think one of the biggest differences is between the first Ant-Man film versus Ant-Man and the Wasp? What do you think is one of the biggest differences?
I got nothing. Biggest there's a lot of action. There's more action. There's more comedy. There's more intimate, emotional moments. And of course, there's Wasp.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh, I
we
missed
finally
the
get to
question.
see. We finally get to see Evangeline Lilly suit up as Hope Van Dyne and see the Wasp in action. At the end of the last movie, of course, she saw the suit. She never got to put the suit on in the first movie, but now she's making up for lost time. So I think that's the number one fundamental difference between Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. That seems to be the thing. Okay, we have one last question. This is from Jamie W. It's a question for everybody. Will this movie impact the MCU going forward? Without spoilers, please, and thank you. Without spoilers. Will this movie impact the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward? This is for everyone. So I'm giving you all a chance to screw up and spoil things.
I think we should give one word, and we all say it on the count of three.
Oh, I like that, Paul.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yes! So there it is. You have it. There it is. That's will this movie impact the MCU going forward? You have your answer. Thank you all so much for your time. We're out of questions. Unless anyone in the studio audience or up in the rafters up there has any questions. Anybody?
Down in the pit.
Down there, you guys, anything? That's it?
Tell them what they've won.
Yep. All right. You all get a packet of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. That's all I got. Thank you very much.
She's right there on the cover of Avengers #1. Finally, every single character from that first issue of Avengers is here on the big screen.
Hi.
We saw the original Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, in a brief flashback in the first movie.
Janet, no!
And at the end of the movie, we finally saw a new suit, and Hank Pym realizing, of course, this suit belongs to his daughter, Hope.
It's about damn time.
And now in Ant-Man and the Wasp, we see her in all her glory.
Watch this.
She gets to wear this suit that she's been coveting her whole life. She so desperately wanted to follow in the footsteps of her parents, who had been incredible superheroes in their day. And so she's finally doing that.
Hope has this incredible capability and incredible drive as a fighter, as a scientist, to be this hero.
She's the toughest one in the movie.
She lives to be Wasp. She lives to be the superhero mantle. Follow my lead.
This film is primarily a fun, clever, emotional story of family. Because the quantum realm is where Hope's mother, Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp, had been lost, presumably forever.
I was in the quantum realm, and I think I saw Janet.
Now the mission becomes, can they go down there and bring back her mom?
I'm not giving up on Mom.
If this technology gets into the wrong hands, it's just chaos.
The stakes are so high.
We don't have much time.
Ant-Man and the Wasp also connects directly to Avengers 4. These characters are going to be very important going forward.
Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up. Rated PG-13.